Okay, this is the last lesson of the unit, and this is solving exponential equations. An equation that contains the same power with a variable exponent, example 2 to the 2x equals 8. That's an exponential equation. Sorry for my writing. It's hard to write on this. If you have the same basis, that's what it says there, b to the p equals b to the q, your base b is the same. What you're allowed to do is set the exponents equal, and that's going to be important for us to be able to do today. The first two examples are easy because the bases are equal. So it says since the bases are equal, the exponents must be equal. 3 to the x equals 3 to the 2x minus 2. Since bases are equal, to solve for x, just set your exponents equal. Subtract the 2x, you get negative x equals negative 2. Divide by negative 1, x equals 2. And if you were to check, it does check out. Same idea here. X plus 2 equals 2x. Subtract the x, 2 equals x. So same answer, just by chance. X equals 2. They're not all this easy. A lot of times you're going to actually have to find the common base. And this next example is done for us. It shows us how to do it. You're given something like 2 to the 2x equals 8. Those aren't common bases. So what you do is you look at the bigger number, which is 8. And you see if you can write it as the smaller number to a power. In this case, we can rewrite 8 as 2 to the third. It has to be the same base to a different power, or to a power. Now that your bases are equal, set your exponents equal. So 2x equals 3. Divide by 2, x equals 3 halves. And then you're done. Let's look at these examples here. So I see 2 to the x and I see a 16. I look at the 16 and I decide if I can write it as 2 to a certain power. And I actually can. 2 to the fourth power equals 16. Therefore, now that your bases are equal, set your exponents equal, x equals 4. And the next one, I look at the 25 to see if I can write it as 5 to a power. And I can. I can write it as 5 squared. So it's going to be 5 squared times the piece that's up there already. So times the x is going to equal 5 to the x plus 3. Now that your bases are equal, set your exponents equal. So 2x equals x plus 3. Solve for x, subtract this x to the other side, you get x equals 3. Okay, moving on. These next two are a little bit more difficult. 1 over 36. When you have a fraction, especially 1 over a number, what you're going to first do is please flip the fraction. So it's going to become, give myself some room here. Leave the 6 to the 2 minus x. When I flip the 1 over 36, it'll become 36 over 1, or just a 36, and the power negates, negative 2. Then you look at the 36 and you ask yourself, can I write 36 as a 6 to a power? And I can. It's 6 squared. So it's going to be 6 to the 2 minus x is going to equal 6 squared times what's up there already, the negative 2. Now that your bases are equal, set your exponents equal. So 2 minus x equals negative 4. Subtract 2. Negative x equals negative 6. Divide by a negative 1, you get x equals 6. And one more here, for example, when I do have a decimal, I am going to want to change it to a fraction if possible. 0.01 as a fraction is 1 over 100. If you don't know that, you can type it in your calculator, 0.01, enter, and then change it to a fraction, hitting math and then fraction. Now, just like before, I can flip that 100 in order to force it to be just a nice number for me. But if I flip the 1 over 100, the power negates. Now, since I have same basis, I can set my exponents equal. Negative 2x equals 2 minus x. Add the x, negative x equals 2. Divide by negative 1, x equals negative 2. And I will leave the other two for you to try. Actually, let's do I'm going to do this first one do now with you. The one on the right hand side is a little different, but the first one I'll leave. Start by subtracting 7. So you get 4 to the x equals 8. And then you ask yourself, with that 8, can I do 4 to a certain power to get to 8? And some of you are saying 2 right now. The answer is no, not 2, because 4 squared is 16, not 8. So that's not working. So what you do is you have to pick a smaller number than 4, where you can take that number to a power to get 4, and that number to a different power to get 8. That particular number in this case is a 2, because 2 squared is 4 times the x, and then 2 cubed is 8. So we get 2x equals 3. Divide by 2, x equals 3/2. Now I am done. You guys do the other do now, and I'll see you tomorrow.